Welcome back to Reviews and Rankings with Robbie Sobel. Today I'm going to take a look at the 2020 Friday the 13th fan film, Never Hike in the Snow. Alright guys, so tonight was the world premiere of Never Hike in the Snow, the prequel to the 2017 Friday the 13th fan film, Never Hike Alone, produced by Womp Stomp Films and written and directed by Vincent DiSanti. For those who don't know, the Friday the 13th series has been up in the air, in limbo, in court. There's a battle between the original film's writer, Victor Miller, and the film and series creator, Sean S. Cunningham, over who actually owns the rights. Because of this, we can't get any official Friday the 13th Jason films. So over the last couple of years, fan films have become a huge thing, and Friday the 13th has been one of the hottest topics within them. Because of the success of Never Hike Alone, Womp Stomp Films was able to raise enough money through crowdfunding to be able to set a plan in place to produce even more of these Friday the 13th fan films. Full disclosure, for Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow, I was an Indiegogo financial backer, so I got to admit, it was pretty cool that at the end of the movie, I got to see my name in the credits. The first one on deck was this one, Never Hike in the Snow, a 30-minute prequel that leads us into the events of Never Hike Alone. The first thing that caught my eye watching this movie was the production value. The high-angle crane drone-like shots show us a huge open landscape of the camp and the area that we'll be watching, but at the same time, it still feels claustrophobic, which builds the anxiety and the tension for the viewer. We are quickly introduced to a young man who we later learn is named Mark Hill as he's running away from Jason, who predictably catches up to him, and Mark meets his demise in an incredibly impressive kill. The special effects on this one really stood out. I wasn't expecting it to look as good as it was, but bravo to the team behind this, because out of all these kills that we've seen in these Friday the 13th movies, that one really stands out for me, even amongst the original canon of films. So bravo on that one. If you're watching these Friday the 13th movies, what you want to see is great kills, great blood, guts, and gore. And to start out the film within the first couple of minutes with that, it's already going to suck in the viewer, and that's how I got brought in. Mark's body is then found by the local police, led by Sheriff Rick, who previously played Deputy Rick in Friday the 13th Part 6 and makes his return in Never Hike in the Snow. Another returning character, it's not a surprise if you've been following along, Tom Matthews returns as Tommy Jarvis, who shocked all of us Friday the 13th fans by appearing in a cameo role at the end of Never Hike Alone. So it's cool to see him return. He was my favorite of the three actors who played Tommy Jarvis in the series, so that gave me an added interest just to come back and get excited and watch this movie. I'm not going to delve any further into more plot details because I really want you to check out this flick. It's available free on YouTube. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, so check it out when you have time. In addition to the impressive special effects and camera work and cinematography, I thought the acting was pretty much on point. You're not going to get grade A acting in a fan film, but for what they had to work with, it was pretty solid. And everyone did their job to the best of their ability, and it worked for me. I only have two complaints for this flick. One is the runtime. At only 25 minutes, it's half the length of Never Hike Alone, and I was expecting a little bit more. But considering it's a fan film and they're working with a limited budget, I'm not going to be too strict on that. What we had on screen was solid, and I'm not going to complain. My other issue is the ending. Unfortunately, it didn't really stick the landing for me. It was a little too open-ended, and it felt rushed. I'm hoping that in future films we're going to get a little bit more of closure. Considering it's a prequel, once again, I'll give it a pass because it is leading to not just the Never Hike Alone film, but up to 3 more sequels in this series. Reviewing a fan film is a little different than reviewing a Hollywood production or even a well-polished independent film, so I'm not going to give it a star rating and put it on the same scale as those films, but I will give Never Hike in the Snow a solid thumbs up. I'd recommend it to any horror fan, especially if you were a fan of Friday the 13th and Jason, and you've been starving for a new movie for over a decade. Alright guys, have you seen Never Hike in the Snow? What about Never Hike Alone? Leave your thoughts on both films in the comments. I love chatting with you each and every time I pump out a new video. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. And you can also hit me up on Instagram at Robbie_upgrade. So thanks for checking out the channel, and we'll see you next time we keep watching movies.